Hey, hey y'all. How y'all doing? It's me, Spooky Girl, Ever Be. And I thought we'd have a little chat because we haven't had one in a while. I've been posting, I've been posting videos and clips and images and everything. And I haven't came on to talk to you guys personally. So here I am. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with me, I am an older lady. I'm not old, but I am an older lady. Well, I'm not young. And I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay? Um, and my mom and dad separated when I was quite small. And so they actually just didn't separate from themselves. They separated from us. I have a video of or two about that on here, but that's not what I want to talk to you about today. So basically, um, for a lot of you that may be wondering, I was born with this ability. I have an ability to see things that others do not. And when I was younger, of course, I didn't really understand what it was. And my mom and her family being they were Jehovah Witnesses. Um, they thought things that they didn't understand, which a lot of Christians, which I'm not, things that they don't understand is, uh, many religions are mark or label things that they don't understand as demonic. They don't care. It's just, if they don't understand it, they've never seen it, it's demonic. Now, first I want to start with my head coverings, because you'll see this when I do show myself. You'll see it. This is not a Muslim thing. Okay, I wash my hair and condition it and everything, um, with like coconut oil and stuff like that, and then I just leave it as natural. And and then I cover it to preserve energy, because hair has energy, electricity, all of that. Hair is alive, and so preserving energy is important to me. If you watch my videos, I'm I'm all about energy. So that's why my hair is covered. I'm not, you know, yeah. I don't want people to get it mixed up with something else. I am a spiritual person. I'm not religious. And let me introduce myself to some of the newcomers. And my, spirituality to me is a state of being. It's a it's an individual state of being. It's a awareness. It's not a religion, even though some people kind of related to that because of the God similarity. Religions believe in a God, spiritual people do too. But we're not, well, most of us, me, I'll speak for me, not part of any groups or congregations and things like that. Um, I always knew about God since I was little. I credit, my mom and her family for that. But um, my relationship with God is one on one. It's not, you know talking down on churches and things like that. It's just not for me. And not for everybody. Everybody need what they need. Some people need group and church and congregation, and some people don't. So I like to go it alone. You know, when I was in school, I didn't have a lot of people following me around and stuff like that. Some people move in groups. I don't. So that's that. A lot of people may mistake me for being a religious person. I do believe in God. I do believe He is a loving God and He's also a punishing God. That's what I believe. And I believe that there is no one way to get to God, or you get what I'm saying? Like, there are different avenues, and everybody has to find their own path. And it's going to maybe different for some and similar for others. And that's what I think about that. If you need congregation, that's fine. That's fine. But everybody don't. Okay? I also feel that the God, or what we know or have been taught as the God, has been animated in a sense. Like, and he has been presented to us in this religious type tone, this religious box, with the church and the Bible around it. And my belief is that God is everywhere, and he shouldn't be just presented in that tone, religion, and because it's non-religious people that do believe in God, believe it or not. So you have to understand the difference between religion and spirituality, right? It's non-religious people that just believe in a God, just believe in a creator. Okay? Now, I have wrote many times it's disrespectful to say that you were created by a big bang. I think that's disrespectful to us as, ourselves and the creator. It's just disrespectful. We were uniquely designed. The fact that I can give you a kidney, somebody across the world can give me a lung, we can share blood and um, some we could share some products and stuff with each other as far as blood and plasma and you know organs and stuff. We can help each other out with that stuff if we're a match. Other stuff go along with it, but to me, that implies design. The fact that us females can carry babies, a whole human. Like, I've got kids that are bigger than me now, in size. And that's a miracle in itself that you carried something in you and now it's bigger than you. So we were designed, okay? No big bang created us. That's one. Um, and then because I have to explain my beliefs a little bit to people. Now, these abilities that I have, well, I can see stuff that other people can't. you know, that Christians, a lot of religions, want to mark as demonic. I actually met, he was from India, like supposed to be a holy man or whatever. And when I showed him some of my images of some entities and stuff, like the ones I put up online that you all can see, he looked disturbed. He looked confused. So let me say this, because that irritated me. If you are holy, or call yourself holy, or spiritual, or some type of spiritual believer, or into those categories, there's no way that you should be afraid of seeing different things. because you know they exist. That's if you're real, if you are authentic. Only a fake would be shocked at an entity. Then seeing it, as an image. Not that it, sat on your bed or, was standing in your kitchen. It's an image. And for a holy person to quiver at that makes me question their authenticity. Okay? Because me being a spiritual person, vibrating on this high frequency, I understand that there are different things out here. And I understand some is bad and some is good. I get that. But it goes by frequency. And I don't understand how that's hard to understand. Because of my heart and my vibration and my aura is what is responding to me. Are there other low vibrational beings out here that's probably looking at me and observing me? Yes. But what is in my space is related to my energy. This is what I try to tell people when they think they see orbs and things in their house. What energy do you have? What energy? Because your energy is spread into your space. It's shared with your space. You understand what I'm saying? So, if you are a positive, kind, loving person, yes, there's always going to be negative, low vibrational, seen and unseen stuff out here. But you keep yourself and your space positive. That's what you do. Worry about that. Because one thing for sure, negative, low vibrational, seen and unseen, even people, they are not comfortable in positive, loving settings. They're just not. When you just think when you got on your spiritual journey, or when you got on your religious journey, or when you changed your lifestyle, just think about it. How many friends did you lose? How many family members stopped coming around? Get what I'm saying? This is not all a spiritual thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see me write seen and unseen. You'll see that. Physical and non-physical. Because even humans that are of a low vibration, negativity, even humans will show you. They don't like positivity. They don't like it. How many family members, friends you have come around you if you're a positive, loving person? They don't like that energy. It's unpleasant for them. The atmosphere. It's unpleasant. So you don't have to worry about negative, people or seen and unseen energies in your space. Trust me. Bad people don't really like to hang around light or good, positive energy. They don't like that. They go where they are comfortable. Now, unseen or unseens will do that too. It's the same. There's no demons or demonic hanging around you. If you know God, you love God, you have a strong relationship with God, you and your space is protected. Will they come in and go through? Yes, but they are very uncomfortable in that space. Just like the bad humans, that don't like to come around anymore. It's the same thing. They're not hanging, nothing that's unpleasant and demonic, as religious people say, is hanging around in a kind, loving, positive atmosphere. Right? It's unpleasant for them. It's not that you're getting a broom and chasing them out. You don't have to. That is unpleasant for them and very uncomfortable. So if you keep your heart, kind and loving and positive up, that spreads out into your space, your personal space. It's shared. The energy is shared. And it attracts. It's going to attract, guess what? Loving, positive beings. And guess who that includes? That's right, angels. Angels. So now, because you are loving and positive, it lifts your vibration. When you feed a stray cat and a stray dog, guess what? Lifts your vibration. I promise you. Now that your vibration is rising, the angels are going, you know, they can hear you now. So they're coming. All them positive, loving, benevolent beings, you know. And I used a cartoon to kind of explain something similar to this on one of my videos. It's an older video that it's like that cartoon, smoke, and you see a pie cooking on a windowsill, and that smoke be coming off the aroma. This is how it works in the spirit world. You get what I'm saying? You're loving and kind. That's what's coming. No, nothing that's demonic and evil is coming to sit around with you and hang in your house every day, follow you all around. As far as spiritual attack, people that's going to watch this and say, well, what about that? You have to really have a strong relationship with God to trust this stuff. That's it in a nutshell. All these things shouldn't be bothering you. Yes, you're going to still have trials and tribulations and things like that. Your life ain't going to be perfect. But if you walk with God, and this ain't a religious thing, remember, I'm spiritual. But if you walk with God right, and it ain't rocket science, just be kind and believe in Him. And you will see how easier your journey will get. You still gonna have it. You still gonna fall down and scratch your knee. You still gonna have loss. Knowing God doesn't absolve you from your earthly lessons. And this is what some religious people get wrong. So they have a relationship and they think because they know God, they don't have to deal with death and sorrow and things. No. But He does lighten the load for you. Okay? But He really need us to learn these lessons. So they don't go anywhere. He just lighten them up. The less lessons you need, the more you elevate yourself. He evaluates you. Now, how many more lessons? So when people think, what about this? And what if I see this? And what if this attack me? Because of my ability and my vulnerability, because I'm very kind and sweet, I told y'all I hate to squash a bug. I'd be wondering if that bug had a little family or something, I squashed it, but I hated to do it. I don't, I stay on top of my prayer and everything. And I'm not gullible enough to think that things aren't going to try to come after me and things like that because of my abilities and my frequency and stuff. But I'm also smart enough to know that if I stay consistent with my belief and my faith and my communication, it's you know it's it's work. It's not easy being spiritual and walking with God. It's not easy. But if you stay consistent in your prayer, in your belief, your communication, you will be protected. You will be protected. There's always angels watching you. And that is the trade-off or the pros, I guess you can say, for believing in God. You know, he don't just give us miracles for that. Like he protects you and everything else. Now you still got your earthly lessons that you need to learn, but as far as spiritual attacks and stuff like that, he got you. He got you, but you have to stay consistent. I live alone. I sleep alone. I live alone. All my lights go off when I go to sleep. I wrote about that. I wasn't lying. I got a cat. That's it. I don't sleep with lights on in this house. This house be black. And not even trying to be arrogant about it. My relationship with God is strong. I stay on top of it. I stay on top of my prayers. And for that, he he looks after me. He sends the angels to look after me. Also, benevolent, loving beings look after me. So, even if you are targeted and you feel you are attacked, you have to strengthen your faith and belief and your communication. If you believe in a God and that's how you walk in your life, then talk to God and let God know. Even though He's watching, He needs that communication. He wants us to do that. So don't assume, He know it anyway. Talk to God and let Him know what you want. Okay, don't assume anything. Yes, he knows it all, but He still needs that communication back and forth with you. So I know, I was not feeling well. I know God know I ain't feeling well. It's God. But I got to tell Him what I want. He wants you to open your mouth. What they say, closed mouth don't get fed. You still communicate. Don't assume anything. Okay? Okay, so now we got that out. I want to talk about, so my abilities with some of my content that y'all see. Some of it is black and white. Some of it is in color. And let me explain that. The black and white is the surveillance security camera. Let me explain it real quick. I had two I got from Amazon. They are motion sensor. So they record in infrared. So if you Google that, look it up, that's not going to have a lot of color in it because it goes by like heat and stuff. Motion, heat, temperature. That's why the color is not there. You can Google it. A lot of people ask me, why are you using that old camera? Where's the color? It's a security camera. The kinds you will see come on in stores and stuff when the stores is closed and stuff, because I do a lot of security work. Most of that footage will be in black and white. They do have some in color, but a lot of it, if it's motion sensor, infrared, it's black and white, night vision. Okay. A lot of the color so I have one on my porch. I put one on the porch to watch my packages. Like if I'm not at home and I get packages and I'm at work, I can watch from my phone. And then I put one over the back door because there's an alley that runs through the back of my house. It's back there. I got my yard and a little fence and, I park my cars back there a lot. So I put one over my back door. The camera in the back that's recording all that stuff from the back and the yard, that's not a Ring doorbell camera. That's a motion sensor infrared surveillance security camera because the alley runs through the back. And I park back there sometimes. And it's in a bracket over my door, not on the doorbell. It's over the door. It's a bracket. It's sitting in a protective bracket, like from weather and all of that stuff, wind and stuff. It's actually like mounted over the door. So that's how you'll see. It's taking pictures of the yard and the cars, and then that sky that's over the alley. A lot of that stuff in the sky is my backyard sky and the sky that's over the alley back there. I do got some porch videos. I haven't did none of them in a long time with orbs and stuff. That's another motion sensor security camera. The way the camera works is stuff has to move. Okay, so it's not I'm taking pictures and showing y'all stuff. I'm not out there with the camera. It's mounted over the back door. Something moves, it takes a picture. It doesn't take any pictures unless something moves. It's motion. Then it sends me an alert and shows me what was moving. Okay? I'm not standing out in the backyard with a camera like some silly people think. And again, the camera was put back there not to see aliens or whatever, or, spirits. The camera was put back there because it's an alley back there, just for security. And sometimes I park at night, back there. Now, this stuff I've been seeing since I was little. I mean, I'm not really shocked by it because I already been seeing a lot of this stuff. And sometimes I can't see it with my eyes. A lot of people, when they look at that, they wonder how these neighbors ain't seeing it. Well, I've always thought these things show themselves to who they want to show themselves to. They don't show themselves to everybody. Now, my camera is kind of special. The neighbors may have a Ring doorbell or something like that. It's not really, I guess, pointed up at the sky like mine's is. But I don't know if they have an infrared setting or if they have theirs on infrared or not. I don't know that, Some people just, mine, my camera is a little different. But, these entities that you are seeing, that I'm sharing with y'all, they can also block other cameras from seeing them. You understand what I'm saying? So if they just want to show themselves on my camera, that they can. They don't have to be seen on nobody else's camera. Another thing, if people walking past, they're not going to look up and see that stuff. You understand? Because it's under infrared. So it's the setting that it's on that's making it show up on my monitor. You can't just walk past and look up in the sky and see it. In case some of you are wondering, why other people ain't seeing this? Either they don't have an infrared camera, or they have cameras, they're not set on infrared, but the basic physical eye cannot look up and just see it. Okay, it's the infrared setting that's making it show. If that make any sense to anybody, that's watching this my clip. Okay, so now we got that out the way. It's not recording unless something is moving. So what I'm showing you, you're definitely seeing. We can argue back and forth about what it is that we're seeing, but the camera on the back in the porch only records movement. Some days I don't have no video because nothing moved. Nothing moved back there. So it's recording movement. So when I show you content from my backyard camera, it's got, it took a picture or a video or something. What that something was, we can agree or disagree on. But it only records movement and motion. So something was there for it to even start recording. My camera don't just record and loop and record and loop. Nope, it ain't doing nothing unless something moves. That's the kind of camera I got. Okay? So now we got that out the way. What else did I want to talk about? This stuff. Because people probably be worried about me. I get a lot of comments. Did you bless your house? Your house been blessed? You should put all this stuff. Stuff I've been seeing since I was little. I have never been harmed by any of this. Any type of communication or anything from what is showing themselves to me has always been pleasant and non-threatening. Again, I've been seeing this stuff since I was little. I don't feel threatened by it. I feel I am protected. And I just, I'm not bothered by it. I understand it looks different. A lot of it looks different, but they're spiritual beings. They're not human. It's a different creation. So they're going to look different. We probably look weird to them. Again, everything you see different that you can't explain is not evil or demonic. Doesn't have to be evil or demonic. Just because you ain't never seen it before. Now, I'll say this again. I don't know if everybody has these abilities and they're just activated in people's lives at different times, and different things activate them. Sometimes it's never activated. People pass on without ever activating these abilities. If we all have them, I don't know that. I don't know if it's just some of us that have it. You know, um, but I feel I'm honored to be able to see this stuff and that is showing itself to me. It's actually an honor to me. I don't feel scared or demonized. I don't study occult. I know anything about that. I don't do none of that. Ouija boards and none of that. This is something I was born with. I don't do voodoo or none of that. I was just born with this. Able to see stuff that people can't. I see spirit too. I've never been harmed by any of it. So, I would think when people say demons, if I've been seeing some of this stuff since childhood, I would think demons would be doing bad things, right? Wouldn't they be causing havoc and unpleasantness and, discomfort? Wouldn't they be doing that? And not saying that, I've never really seen really bad stuff. I see spirit, I see a lot of entities that look different from humans, and stuff like that. I don't see demons and devils and stuff. I've never saw that stuff. Or what would be considered devils and stuff. But that being said, um, my heart, my discernment, it doesn't give me a scared feeling when I see them. And then with my communication with God and my prayers and staying on top of all of that, I'm protected. My space is protected. If anything come in this space that don't belong, that's not positive, loving, and high vibrational, it's going to get kicked out. It's going to be escorted out very quickly. So I don't sit and worry about what if that's a demon, if this, what is that? My space is a loving, positive, high vibrational frequency. That's what is attracted to this energy here. Demonic, low vibrational, negative, nasty, seen and unseen, will not be attracted to this. Not going to be attracted to this space. And it's definitely not going to be hanging around in it for years. So that just don't make sense. It's going to, the energy is going to go, it's going to match. Go where it's comfortable. Okay? So now we got that out the way. So now I want to talk a little bit about aliens and what it might mean for human civilization, things like that. So I guess it's another conversation if we're going to talk about why they're hiding, why they're not showing themselves. And I think it's more a matter of, they want humans to reach a certain awareness, a certain level of consciousness, and then you get to see everything. So they're not hiding from me anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Not that they were ever, but it appears that they're hiding. But I kind of feel like it's more of you have to earn access to them. Does that make sense? So it's not really a hiding thing. accessibility. And I feel I worked hard with my prayers, with my beliefs, with my faith, with my following God, and his things, and what He want, and being kind to people and animals and stuff, and that gets you where you need to be, and then they give you get access. If that make any sense. It's kind of like a graduation, the way I explained it in one of my writings, like a graduation, like or turning 18 or 21. Now you can buy you some cigarettes and some beer. It's kind of like that. You get what I'm saying? It's a elevation of authority, of accessibility. You get what I'm saying? And so when you get to a certain level, and it's again not religious, but just awareness and consciousness, and you get there, believe it or not, just by being kind, that kind of elevates you. How you live your life. Let me squeeze this in here real quick. It's not a religious thing. It can be, but that's not. You get what I'm saying? Mandatory. Um, so you just need to just be kind, live right, and that those things will elevate you. Um, and that's what I think. So I don't think they're hiding. I just think they are waiting for us to reach their level to introduce themselves. Does that make sense? So I've been introduced, basically, because y'all see them, all my cameras, all my footage, all my videos. They are obviously, I'm obviously at that level and that frequency because they are interacting with me. So I think that's the same case for all humans. You need to get to a certain vibration, a certain frequency, and then the access is open. You get to see it. So when people say they're hiding, they're not really hiding. You just haven't. Um, I want to say proven um, that you have consciously and spiritually. You haven't. You haven't. You're not giving out the conscious and the spiritual level of frequency and vibration that's needed to see them, for them to interact with you, if that makes sense. Your energy is not giving off the right frequency. I think we all can do it, but just some humans just don't believe in it, so they just don't do it. Okay? Now I want to talk about aliens. Now we done covered why they don't show themselves. Everybody can see them. Everybody can see spiritual beings. Just it's based on your energy and frequency. You have to work on that. I you know your life lesson. I just wanted to squeeze that in. I passed it up, but I want to come back to that. It's not rocket science. Just be kind. Just be kind to people and animals, and believe in God, your Creator. He doesn't have to be this big religious entity that just hangs around churches and Bibles. You know what I'm saying? Just believe in the Creator and be kind. Don't overthink it. Don't the mistakes are ours to make. They are ours to make. He knows that we're gonna make these mistakes. He is focused. The God is focused on what we learn from the mistake. Because remember, we're born in sin. Surely you're gonna make a mistake or two. or 1,000. But I think his concern, his focus is on what did you learn from the mistake? Okay? And how do we not make it again? Not the mistake itself. And I'm not saying he's forgiven bad behavior. I'm just saying, I think people think about it wrong. They're so scared of making a mistake and they don't get the mistakes are ours to make. The applause comes when we learn from the mistake, not when you make it. When you learn from it and don't do it again. Um, Also, um, so yeah, people make they just yeah they overthink it. So let's talk about the alien thing, because I see spirit aliens. I see it all, and it's overwhelming sometimes. But I'm I'm strong in my belief that I'm protected, so I haven't been harmed or anything. Now that being said, let's talk about aliens. Yes, if aliens come introduce themselves, or discovery of aliens is made public, what does that do for humanity? You know, First, it doesn't delete God because it just means that the God, what we know as the God, created more than humans. That's what it means. Okay? Um, and then it will question some religion because it's just going to question some religion, that Adam and Eve stuff and some other stuff. Because, well, if these aliens exist, did Adam and Eve create them too? But Adam and Eve doesn't leave out of God. You know what I'm saying? The God is in there, but I'm just saying it. The human Adam and Eve, the human kind of human slash whatever, they were put in the middle between God and humans and us. So, you know, discovery of aliens or aliens introducing themselves is gonna have some questions for religion, some religious beliefs. But does it delete God? Just mean God's made more than humans, right? Or some people believe that the Anunnaki created up humans. God created them, they created us. Still, even with that story, you have a God. Even with the Adam and Eve story, you have a God. But people may just start thinking with the Adam and Eve story, just like with the Anunnaki. What if God just created us? There was no Adam and Eve, and there was no Anunnaki. I mean, some questions. If aliens introduce themselves to the world population, it's going to be, to the humans, it's going to be some questions. And a lot of it's going to revolve around religion, because a lot of religions don't add, aliens are not added in there. Right? They are depicted as demonic and everything. So there are going to be some questions for that. But to me, the discovery of aliens does not delete a God. It just means he created more than humans. Even if people, you want to say, well, these aliens created us, then who created them? Okay, if they are the ones that created us, it's still they still would be God. They still would be basically our gods because they created us. They just won't be the religious type churchy gods. They're big 50-foot aliens now. You get what I'm saying? So Yeah. Whether the God created some aliens and they created us, or the God created the aliens and us, you still have a God. So, yes, the discovery of aliens will question some stuff, but it doesn't take God out of the equation. Just means what we've been trying to tell you all. Now, I show y'all this stuff because I believe I've been selected to do that. Even though I don't have a lot of followers and stuff like that, I have very good content. See, I'm an older lady. I don't know nothing about no AI or none of that. Only thing I know how to do if the clip is too long, cut it at the end. And YouTube make that easy for you. You know, helps you with that. That's it. So, the part that I want you guys to see, I cut off extra part. If the cloud or my camera records too long of the video, if the video is 2 minutes long, I only want y'all to see the image, and it's under a minute. I know how to clip that in off, because when you Google Photos and YouTube, they'll help you with that. If you want to edit or clip something, it's easy. But I don't know nothing about AI and stuff. All my content is real. I don't know nothing about that. And I also wanted to bring up how a lot of these sites just keep deleting my stuff. They don't even give me an explanation. I'll go, be on for a couple of days, upload a couple of those videos, like my little paranormal stuff with the orbs and stuff, and come back on, and all my stuff is gone. Account's still there, but nothing. All my videos and stuff is gone. No explanation, nothing. Even me trying to reach out. So this happens to me a lot. And it lets me know that I'm being followed. I'm being watched because of all my stuff. And they done flagged me as a spammer or a scammer or something. I don't know nothing about that stuff. But that's what I've been flagged and scammed as. And so a lot of sites, they delete my stuff or restrict it, the visibility and stuff like that. But I'm still here because I think I've been chosen for this. I don't just see this stuff for fun. Like it's a mandate in there, something I'm supposed to be doing with it. And I think it's to show it to y'all. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. So I just wanted to come in and say hi to y'all so that y'all can see me. I'm a real person. I know you saw me before. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, born and raised. I now work in Toledo, Ohio. And I just wanted to come say hi to you guys and just talk over a few little things with you guys that, we should talk over. And that's it. So thank you guys for taking the time to listen. I'll be putting up more videos and more photos and images and everything. And this stuff is real. It's real. And I don't want nobody worrying about seeing an orb or whatever in your house. If it's not causing, because orbs can manifest enough energy to move things and make noises. They can. And if it's not causing havoc, making noises, doing this and blah, 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 causing you discomfort, I wouldn't worry about it. Because there's nothing you can really do about it. Running from house to house when you see an orb, blessing houses and stuff, these are they're all interdimensional. Because they're not bound by physical material like we are. They have always been or had access to our dimension, our realm, and they can come and go as they please. You can move to however many houses you want to. They have access, and they can come and go as they please. Now, how do we protect ourselves from that? You keep your space and your heart positive and loving. So that what's coming into your space is matching the energy in your space. Positive, loving space, again, is going to be unpleasant for anything that's not positive and loving. So they're not going to be trying to hang around in it. Seen and unseen, like I said at the beginning of this video. So, you They have access. They've always had access. They've always been here. They're not restricted. It's not a door that we can lock that they go in and out. The only thing you can do is protect your space. I got some prayers that I had, you know, um, shared, and I will, if anybody want to request the prayers or whatever, I have it. And yes, I want you all to have a good, wonderful, peaceful, loving, kind, positive life and earthly journey. And so your journey will continue after earth. It continues, just not in the physical body and not with the physical restrictions, if you know what I mean. So just do it right. Try to get it right, okay? So you can continue your journey. All right? I love y'all. This is Ever Be Spooky Girl. And I'll see y'all on the next one.